Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, XMT89. Sorry for the few minute delay there. My internet, I had to reboot everything. It's part of small town living. This morning we had an immediate reaction. I'm just going to go through and set up my chart for this morning. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Okay, we're going to quickly take a look at the daily. Okay, so we've got an uptick overnight. We've just broken above this daily BISI. I'm going to go in and put my previous day high, previous day low. Morning, everyone. Catch up with you guys in a second. I just want to get my chart set up for this morning. Previous day low. Take a look at where London and Asia were overnight. We still have our opening range gap from Monday, so we're going to keep that on the chart. Okay, London high all the way up here. London low down here. It's a big range from London last night. Let's put our Asia low in, Asia high. High. And let's put our Asia low in. Morning, everyone. Okay, let's get our Asia low in there. Let's take out any of these lines from yesterday. I was trading yesterday afternoon, today of the 4 trades that I took, just a few of the highlights. Our settlement price is correct because I think I did that yesterday, so let's just check. So we're going to look for the 1 minute candle close at 4:14 yesterday. Yep, so here's our open, there's our close, there's our candles, so we're okay with that. Okay, I want to put my vertical lines in. Let's see where price was midnight at midnight. So let's see here. Tuesday. There we go. There's our midnight line. There's our midnight vertical. And I want to see the first candle that opened at midnight. We'll draw our horizontal line across. So the philosophy is that we want to sell above midnight and buy below midnight. Okay, so there we go. There's our open right there. last night. And while we're here, we're going to put in our 4 a.m. My internet is a little bit slow, so I hope it doesn't lag for you guys. Okay, let's put our 4 a.m. right there. 9:30. Right there. Of course, we had CPI data come out at 8:30 this morning. Okay. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Our BISIs and SIBIs should be okay from yesterday, but let's just take a quick look. I'll turn off a few of these features so that you can see a little better what I'm doing here. Let's see what we have here. So we're on our 4 hour. And let's make sure that our fair value gaps are on the chart. So this green area here, this is our daily BISI, and price has just moved above it. We have our 4 hour SIBI here with a 1 hour SIBI side of it. We have another 4 hour here. And we've got some dailies and 4 hours above, which should be still current from yesterday. Let's go to our 1 hour. Let's look for any sense. I'm going to pull these guys over. It's our 4 hour and our 1 hour. Within this 4 hour, we have a 1 hour in here, and we have another one here. I'm going to turn this daily off for now. I'm going to keep it on my chart, but I'm going to remove it from minutes and just get rid of that. So when I go to the minutes, like I go to the 15 minutes, you won't see it. See, it's gone. You go back to the hour, you'll see it. I like to keep my chart as possible, but I want to be able to turn that on and off at will. Okay, so we're on the 1 hour. We've got this fair value gap. I'm going to put this 1 hour in here, this BISI. We'll see that one better once I turn, once we go to the minutes, you won't see the daily. And I always like to put the time frame. So I put 1 because I know it's a 1 hour, so I know it's the higher time frame. I'm going to add this SIBI down here. Sorry, BISI. It's a 1 hour. Again, we'll see it better when I go down to the lower time frames. Okay. I'm just looking for breaker blocks while I'm here. Okay, let's go down to the 15 minute and let's just take a look at what happened last night. Okay, so what's the storyline here? Well, we've still got our opening range gap from Monday, March 10th. That's going to be a draw on liquidity, and you can see we're not too far from there. We've got our London high and low. Asia ranged last night, meaning see how it has a top and bottom? This is what Asia is supposed to do. Asia ranges, and it engineers liquidity above and below Asia. So we want to identify any fair value gaps, any PD arrays above and below Asia, because that's a high probability where price will want to go to seek liquidity. Then London did exactly what it's supposed to do, which is to trend. So we had an uptrend in London, and if we notice, here is our midnight vertical and our horizontal, and we can see that for the majority of the overnight, except for this time frame here, for the majority we have been above midnight. This here looks like manipulation, so accumulation, manipulation, distribution, AMD, accumulation, manipulation, market brings the price down before taking price up, distribution. Okay, so that's where the story of what happened overnight. This looks to be like the 8:30 candle. Yep, here's our 8:30 candle. So we had a big wick up from the 8:30 CPI news. Let's quickly take a look and see what the actual number is. Okay, so on Wednesday, here's our core CPI. So our forecast was 0.3%, and number came in much lower. It came in 1% lower. Core CPI came in much lower. CPI month over month, anticipated forecast was 0.3%, again came in much lower, 0.2%. And CPI year over year, which is the most important number, is the year over year, are forecasted 2.9% and came in at 2.8. So in all three categories, CPI came what was anticipated. Okay. I never pretend to predict whether the market likes or dislikes the number. Okay, sometimes you think, oh, that's good for the economy, you know, or the Fed is going to be happy with that, and then price just does what price is going to want to do. So, but I just like to know how the economy is doing by looking at the numbers. Okay, so that's where we are. I'm mindful again that we've been above midnight, so I always want to sell above midnight and buy below midnight. That's my general rule of thumb. And we're going to be adding our first fair value gap of the day once the market opens, and as well we want to take our 4:14 p.m. settlement price from yesterday, and we're going to draw this up to current price. This is our opening range gap today. Let's label it opening range gap, and let's put the date in just in case we don't fill it today. So Wednesday, March 12th, just like we haven't filled the one from the 10th, and it just stays on my chart until it's been filled, and then I remove it. But until then, we keep it on. Okay, and I'm also going to put on my chart here between 4 a.m. and 9:30. I'm just going to add pre-market high. So my pre-market high is London high, so I'm not going to add another line on there, and my pre-market low is London low. And I'm not going to add another line for that. It's London low and Asia low. On our hourly SIBI, we've shot through it, and then price has come down slightly. Okay, last but not least, I want to take a look on the 1 minute time frame, and I want to identify any areas of liquidity on the lower time frame, since we have our higher time frame levels on our chart. And just tidy things up a bit here. So these orange things are our opening range gap. I was out for an hour this morning before the market opened with my dog. beautiful sunny day here in Canada. It's so gorgeous. Fresh, very fresh. You still need a hat and mittens, but in my book, it's it's probably around 0 degrees, which is warm for this time of year. Okay, so let's just throw some levels on here. Well, we got some liquidity up here. And we'll just call this. Again, I just put the 1 so I know it's a 1 minute. I like this level down here. Yeah, but that's our London low, so I think we've got that pretty much covered. We've got this big busy in here that we've already backtracked through, retraced through. Because I'm not in a rush to take a trade this morning. I think I just, we're going to tape read, or I'm going to tape read. You guys can help me tape read, and we'll just follow the market and see what the initial reaction is from CPI news, CPI data being lower than forecasted. We'll see how the market interprets that. Let me just find... How is everybody doing this morning? Good? Wherever you are in this big world. All right, I'm going to set 5-minute candle high and low strategy. I think what I'm going to do, guys, this morning after the live stream, I'm going to link in the description of the live stream. I'll put a link to the video from ScarFace just in case you're interested in that strategy. It's a scalping strategy. It can be used at any major level. So previous day high, previous day low, previous week high, previous week low, previous session high, previous session low, any 4-hour, 1-hour major level. It's just a break and retest. That's all it is. It's pretty simple. So I'll link ScarFace's video in the description. So if you're interested, you can take a look. So I'm just going to set up, or get ready anyway, my 5-minute candle high and my 5-minute candle low. I'm a little bit clunky, guys, on my mouse because I broke my wrist like 12 days ago. So I've been walking around with a broken wrist. It's just a hairline fracture, but I tell you, after I've been keyboarding and mousing, it's a little bit sore. The other thing that I want to look at is ICT, new week opening gap, and new day opening gap. I use an indicator for that. I used to put that on my chart manually, but if you want to use the indicator, ICT mentioned the one by Fadi, F-A-D-I. I like the way that he has the high and low and also the dates. So we've got drawn liquidity up here with this opening range gap from earlier this week. We also have a new day opening gap and new week opening gap from March 6th and 9th. This is a draw, but we also have a draw with today's opening range gap, and we've got new day opening gaps from March 10th and March 11th down here, and of course this is sell side down here. This is buy side up here. Okay. All right, so we'll be chill this morning. Let's see how the market interprets the information, the data, and we'll go from there. I had a good day yesterday. I'm not in a rush to give any money back this week. Has that happened to anyone here? You know, you have a good week by Tuesday, Wednesday, you kind of have money in the bank, feeling good, and then by Friday, you've given it all back. Like, that's never happened to me. Anyway, as we get better at trading, I prefer to trade less, waiting for those really good setups, right? They're worth waiting for. Yesterday was just clean price action. It was just so fluid. It was, you know, once up appeared, you take the setup. It's really non-stressful. Just feels effortless. It's simple, not easy, but simple. I picked up a coffee this morning when my dog and I were out for our walk. All right, so we got 4 minutes before the market opens. Here's our 9:30 open. Let's take a look at ES. Our Tesla's up 3.79%. Let's take a look here. My internet is lagging today, guys. I hope this isn't going to be a problem. Like I say, I'm small town. Sometimes the internet lags. Not frequently, but sometimes it does. So let's hope things run smoothly this morning here. These little random blue indicators here, this is... I use an indicator. The indicator I use is Luke's Algo SMT divergence. And if you add this to your chart, you have to open it up. You click on this little button here named Settings, and then you have to put what you want to compare. So you have to put the ticker symbols in, okay? And sometimes I find they bounce out. So you just have to open them up and check and make sure each day that they're there and they're working properly. 1 minute until market opens. Hey, Kathy Kennedy. Good morning from BC, Canada. Hey, good morning. Oh my gosh, BC is so beautiful. Nice to see another fellow Canadian. I'm in Ontario. I'm in small town Ontario. I'm close to Ottawa, Kathy. I'm about an hour west of Ottawa, 5 minutes west of Ottawa. Like I say, guys, with CPI information at 8:30 this morning, I'm in no rush to take a trade. I'm just going to let the market unravel and feel out how it feels about the data that was released. CPI came in much lower than anticipated, a whole percent lower. Okay, so the market's open. Yeah, I'm just going to mark the first low of the first candle. This is ScarFace strategy, the 5-minute opening candle strategy. In the description later today of this video, I'm going to link his video on how to use this strategy for anyone who's interested. And basically, just in a nutshell, we're just marking the high and low of the first 5-minute candle range. So you can look at the 5-minute candle, or you can look at the 1-minute candle and wait for the first 5 candles to print. And then we just wait for a break above or below. Then we're waiting for a retest, and then possibly look at entering a trade in your sim, because I'm not recommending that anyone trade with live money. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am an ICT student, and therefore you should not follow my trades or copy my trades. You guys should rely upon your own knowledge and experience of the market in sim. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, I'm mindful that we have been above midnight for most of the overnight. Now, price could absolutely continue up into this org from, was it Monday or Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday, Monday, and fill this org. Got our new day opening gap as draw up here. One, 2, 3, 4. And we've got a divergence. We can see that NQ made a higher high, a higher low, pardon me, and ES had a lower low. So ES right now is the lagging indicator. NQ has moved up. I'm going to throw my fib. Mark out the quadrants. ICT's 2025 mentorship. He discussed the opening range gap strategy, where he says that as long as the gap is 100 points or less, that there is a 70% chance that price will move to the 50% mark between 9:30 and 10 a.m. That's a strategy that he talks about that can be influenced with another strategy, or you can trade that strategy in and of itself. Looking here for the first fair value gap of the day. And we don't have it yet. Again, we have a divergence on NQ and ES. ES is moving lower. Could throw a fib here just on this gap up here. going to look on the 5 minutes. Again, my internet is lagging here. And we had a break of structure on the 5 minute right here. Side. Rejection. Well, there is equal amounts of liquidity above and below where price currently is, so just have to wait and see which way price wants to move. We still don't have a first fair value gap yet. Okay, we might be getting our first fair value gap now. Wait for a candle to close. Have a breaker block. Just move this. I don't want to put too much on the chart here, but you get the drift. Bearish breaker block. Get a fair value gap inside there, but no fair value gap on the opposing leg. guys. I have to just do something here because my internet is lagging. I'm just going to go to one chart to take some of the burden off my internet. And I do like this. Don't copy my trades, guys. This is for entertainment purposes only. Oh, stopped out. Ay, ay, ay. Look at that. Yes, my 2 trades for this morning. Now I'm just going to tape read and watch wick. Hopefully I got the profit out of that. Hopefully my brokerage got that, but I won't know till after. It's 9:53, so the macro started. I feel like it just hasn't selected a definitive direction yet, so let's just wait. I would be willing to take one more trade this morning if I get clear confirmation. Yeah, we do have that breaker, but it is a 1-minute breaker. I think I have ScarFace's words running through my head saying, you know, on red folder days and when price is not really definitive, don't take the trade. So I think I'm out with some profit this morning, but not as much as I'd like. But anyway. I'd be willing to try sell side one more time. And I am going to. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's get down to new day opening gap down here. This is for entertainment purposes only, guys. This is not a recommendation, and do not copy my trades. I am an ICT student. No, that's what stops are made for. A day like today, I mean, probably a bigger stop, you know, would keep me in the trade longer, but I'm just not prepared to take big losses on days like this. I'm content to take enough. Hopefully that gave me about, between those 3 trades today, you know, somewhere between 500-700, that's okay. And it's not even 10 o'clock yet. We came almost down to the 50% this opening range gap. Ideally, I'd like to see price come down to the sell side here, the London low. And it might, but it, you know, it might move up, move down, move up, move down, but it's very jumpy. It's CPI, it's to be expected. So anyway, those are 3 trades for me this morning, and I'm just going to continue to watch price through to, you know, probably 10:30, 11 o'clock. See if there's another setup. I think I should be above here. Like above here. Very jumpy. Yeah, just ugly. Okay, that's it for me for this morning. And we'll see what happens. I think this afternoon will be a better time to trade. Just looking at the price action here, lots of wicks. It's just generally difficult to get a decent trade in here with the amount of retracing. This was not a bad bearish, although like I say, on the 1 minute, I prefer to see a bearish breaker set up on the 5 or 15 minute, but that's okay. We might see price turn around just before this 50% come back up, but you know, it's already swept, hasn't swept London high yet, previous week low. We could see price move up now that it's taken a chunk from here, but I'd like to move to the 5 minute and then look for the 5 minute break of structure. If we get a 5 minute break of structure to the upside, then we can consider this as manipulation and a move to the upside. But yeah, CPI morning, not exactly sure, but we're so close to the sell side here for this sell side liquidity. I still think this is a pretty strong draw on liquidity down here. Sorry guys, I have not been looking at the chat because I've been busy. Zornitsa, good morning Zornitsa. Thanks. Yeah, Peter, I'm gonna stick it in I'm gonna share ScarFace's 5 minute break and retest strategy. I'll link it in the description of this video later today. Really simple, and you can use the strategy on any major level. So previous highs, lows, session high lows, days high lows, that kind of thing. Heat trader, right now I'm on the 1 minute time frame. Yeah, too wicky. You know, if it were any other day. So let me just show you here, guys. You mark out your 5 minute strategy, your 5 minute candles. So the first 5 candles, you mark the high and the low. So I've got my high up here and I've got my low here. Then we wait for a break. We wait for displacement. So we had some displacement. Here, this candle, this black candle here was my display. It came back into the range. And then on this break of candle here, that's where I entered and went short. On any other day, like that isn't red folder news, you know, we could expect, I would have expected price to come down here, and it still may, but boy, it's going to be pretty jumpy. So that's the break and retest. It's very, very, very simple. It's very mechanical. ScarFace is an excellent, excellent trader. His bread and butter is the break and retest. And I've been using it, and I'm going to be using it for 6 months. I think I'm in my 2nd month. If I see the trade, I take it. I want to be as mechanical as possible about it. And that's the true way. I've back tested 3 months. I did my back testing in TradeZella. And I found that in testing the strategy, when I use ICT concepts confluence with ScarFace's strategy, then my profitability and my success in this strategy increases. If I'm not looking at order flow and I'm simply going with the mechanical strategy, not taking anything else into account, I have about a 50. But as soon as I start adding confluence, order flow, where's my order, opening range gap, all of these things, when I add that to this strategy, the success rate goes way up for me. So, you know, you have to find what works best for you, but it's a very, very simple strategy. So now you see his strategy is between 9:30 and 11 o'clock, ScarFace. So we could look to see if price comes above this 5 minute candle high, moves above, comes back, breaks and retests, and then goes up again. That could be a possible entry. But like I say, I'm not advocating that anybody trade here. I think everybody should be in their sim. This is for entertainment purposes only. And anyway, you know the drill. I want to switch to the 5 minute. I want to look for the 5 minute break of structure to the upside because it's 10:06. Now I use the two candle high and low. So let's see here. Here is low. This is our high up here. I'm going to take some of this stuff off. Okay, so that's my low because it's a down candle and then an up candle, so that's my low. My high is an up candle and then a down candle. That's my low. I learned this from TJR. If you want to learn that, you can stream from yesterday. I put a link to his video with timestamps on where you can find that information. So this is my break of structure up here because this is the last high that was made. So that would be my 5 minute break of structure. To the upside. Still going to keep this bearish breaker block on here because oftentimes price will come up 2-3 times into a breaker. But again, okay, I'm going to go back to the 1 minute now that I have my 5 minute levels marked. You're welcome, Heat Trader. Yeah, Peter, I do. Because to me, ICT concepts are really just about order flow, right? So you can take ICT concepts and apply them to any strategy that you want to employ, so to speak. So we've just tapped into the bearish breaker again, into the fair value gap, and we are moving down. We don't break structure to the upside until we move past this 5 minute break of structure up here. On the 5 minute time frame, this was our high. So in my view, just my humble opinion, we are still bearish until we break this 5 minute break of structure. Now, I personally use the 5 minute break of structure because it's a higher time frame, it's more meaningful. Overall, we know that the market has been bearish, for the past 2 weeks or so. But my threshold where I feel comfortable when we see a break of structure, change of character, if you will, for me is on the 5 minute. So we've come back into the bearish breaker block. We've tapped into this fair value gap, and price again is moving low. For any other day without red folder information, that for me would be an entry model. But I've had my 3 trades this morning. I'm profitable this morning, and I'm not pushing it. Setup. Usually CPI in the afternoon is a better setup. Okay, Peter, the wick from the news is very often tackled. I think that might be the case now, but there are obstacles on the way. Yeah, and ICT says that we can look at wicks in the same way that we look at a gap, right? We could put our fib on there and kind of draw the 50%, and I think we've kind of tapped into that 50% on this candle here, on the 940 candle. We tapped into that 50%. I still feel the drawn liquidity down here is a high probability. Is in my student ICT mind, I still think this is an area of interest because we've already been up here. We've already been up to the buy side. This is likely the manipulation, but again, red folder news manipulation could be manipulated. But look at this, just look at the wicks on this candle action. Is this something we really want to be trading this morning? Probably not. I want to come back this afternoon. I want to look for a really nice unicorn setup. I want to look for a high probability setup. So either let price run up and do its thing this morning, but I want to come back for a nice setup this afternoon that it's clean, it respects PD arrays, you don't have the wiki. That's ideally what I want to save my trades for. And I want to have low resistance liquidity. So that's just kind of my 2 cents worth, guys. Everybody's got to do their own thing, and everybody sees setups differently. For now, might not be so likely, but the day just started. Yeah, exactly, Peter. You know, I mean, it's only 10:14. It's only 10:14. I try to be pretty strict about how many trades I'm taking a day and per trade what my potential loss could be. I'm trying to very carefully manage my risk on each trade, and definitely my risk per day. So for me, I like to have a 0.05% loss, max loss on each trade. And I'm trading a small account. And by small account, you know, we all have a different perception of what's small. I trade with a $10,000 personal account, and I don't mind sharing that. I'm really open about that. And that's why mostly I trade with one mini. Sometimes I'll do two minis, but I have to have a nice setup to trade two minis because I'm managing risk, right? On a per trade basis. So that's just my conservative take on things. So here, like, look how nice this is, right? Back into the bearish breaker, tapped into this fair value gap, moving down. I think yesterday, that the breaker that I traded off of yesterday, there were 3 opportunities for trades off that breaker yesterday. If you go back and take a look at that video that I posted yesterday, you'll see the price came into that breaker 3 times. And ideally, you know, the stop is above the breaker, or at least above this fair value gap. But again, if I'm trading one mini, you know, I'm not going to have a stop loss of $1,000 because that would be 10% of my account, which I'm not going to risk. So I'm looking for setups that I think have a high probability of going by using other confluences. My dog's awake. So I think you have to you take the trades that work for your particular account or your particular sim, and you have to make it work for your trading style, your strategy, and your account size. Now, I probably could have just avoided all this hassle and headache by putting my stop loss up here, and I'd still be in the trade and price, you know, great trade, but I'm not going to be putting on a $1,500 potential risk. I could go down to micros, right? I could trade 3 or 4 micros and just stay in the trade. I could do that. But again, CPI red folder. I'm not in a big rush to trade CPI folder news. The whole wick, I've seen a lot in NFP and CPI data. Yeah. Okay, so Peter, you're saying that you're trading on ES, and there the buy side liquidity was not taken so much as on NQ. Yeah. So this morning, Peter, my Wi-Fi, my internet is lagging, and it makes me feel nervous because I don't want to put on a trade and then have my Wi-Fi freeze, leaving me in a position to be at risk. So this morning I'm a bit nervous about taking trades. Yeah, the volatility. Yeah, and you know what, Peter? I've just come to the conclusion that there are lots of opportunities to take beautiful setups. Nice liquidity, very straightforward. Yesterday was one of those days, right? It's a very straightforward day. You see the setup, you put your risk on, you're prepared to take the risk, and its price goes to where it's supposed to go or should go. Those days, I find trading relaxing, enjoyable, fun. I really, really enjoy it. You know, 4 out of 4 trades yesterday with $3,000 in profit. That's a nice day. That's a really nice day to trade. Today, yeah, you can get involved in the market, but I have to ask myself, are there better times to trade? And I think this afternoon there's going to be potentially opportunity for a better setup. And you know what? If not, I've already made my profit for the week. So I'm waiting for the A+ setups. Now see how price has hit. We came down, we hit this 5-minute low again. So we're still in ScarFace's time frame, because his time frame is from 9:30 to 11 o'clock. So price came down, it retested on this candle, and then dropped. So that's an entry. That's a potential entry right there. And then an exit down here at the low. And that would give us, see, we get the entry here, just potentially. You could put your stop loss here. And then a take profit down here. That's a 6.34 risk to reward on the break and retest for ScarFace this morning. Hey, that's not bad, right? Even if you didn't get in like right here, like let's just move this down a bit. That's still a 2.67 risk to reward. And if you put your stop loss or your take profit down here, you would have been wicked. So, but I will add a link into that strategy, because if you guys aren't aware of it, I think it's a good strategy. I enjoy trading it. Simple, mechanical, you can do it every day. Oh, thanks, Peter. Yesterday, I took 149 points out of the market. One mini, 149 points, 4 trades, almost no drawdown, $2,980 in profit. Look, all I need is like a couple days like that per week, and I'm okay. I'm happy. Right? I'll wait for those days. Peter, I agree with you. The bread and butter simple setup is, I think the more simple you can keep it, the better. I have really, really enjoyed learning order flow from ICT, and really my 4 big criteria are fair value gaps, order blocks, breaker blocks, inverse fair value gaps, understanding where liquidity rests, understanding where price is most likely to go to seek out that liquidity with low resistance. To me, those are the building blocks of ICT. And if you can just grasp those 5 fundamental, sounds easy, it's not easy. Like, it's simple, but it's not easy. Oh, thanks, Heat Trader, I appreciate that. So, keep it simple, find your strategy and become an expert at it. I like to think about, I've been an athlete my whole life, and I've competed like on a high level, right? Like on an international level as a master athlete. And one of the things that I have learned is that when we see a great athlete, say someone like, I don't know, choose any athlete. How about like a great swimmer? You see the swimmers line up on the blocks, the starting gun goes, and you get that one swimmer who just looks effortless in the water. They just absolutely move through the water like a dolphin. It seems effortless, right? But the reality is that athlete has been training since the age of 3 years old. That athlete has been preparing for the Olympics since literally a toddler, right? They're swimming 3 times a day, starting at about age 7, right through into their 20s. And so when they get in the water and they look so effortless, we look at them and we go, wow, like that's amazing. But the effort behind that has been 20 years of training every single day. And so you need to find your strategy that eventually is going to look very easy when you execute it, it's going to look very easy. But the reality is that you're going to put years behind that strategy, and you're going to understand order flow, and you're going to see the same setups every single week, and you're just going to know that here is where price is going to want to go. There's a high probability. And other traders will look at you and go, man, you just make it look so easy. Well, they don't see the thousands and thousands of hours of time that you've put into perfecting trade. And when you check out ScarFace, he's just a kid. I think he's about 25 or 26 years old now. But he has been trading since he was in high school. And his bread and butter has been the break and retest. And he has been on this strategy every single day, multiple times a day for years. And when you watch him trade, and he's a multi-millionaire trader. He's low-key. He drives a Lamborghini, bought a Lamborghini for his dad, retired his parents. And he just makes it look easy. We look at him, we go, wow, he makes it look so easy. But he's the guy with the 100,000 hours behind him. So I've come to the conclusion to find 1, 2, 3 at most strategies that I work at every single day. I wait for those setups to come to me, and I execute on them. And sometimes they don't. And, you can have a perfect setup, and price just is going to go against you. If you executed on that setup correctly, that is a win for you. That is a win for me. If I executed professionally the way I've been trained to do, that is a win. The money follows the executions. And we're in a game of probability. Trading is a business of probabilities. And if we execute to the best of our ability over time, our execution percentage probability will increase. And one day we'll have traders look at us and say, wow, you know what, you make it look so easy. Again, it's simple, but it's not easy because there's always other confluences. But again, if we were to use ScarFace's entry model here, price came back up, broke below. We wouldn't have entered on this doji candle. We would have entered on this candle. And here you have a nice, at least 1 to 3 RR risk to reward. Right? So I think you'll enjoy his videos. He's definitely one of my online mentors. He shows his brokerage statements. He's legit, just a nice guy. He grew up in a small Ontario town close to me. So we're just price just here is just ranging around, right? We're not really doing anything interesting here. It's 10:27. I think I'm gonna wrap up. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on about swimmers and strategies and perfecting your strategy, but that's how I approach trading. I approach it as I have approached athletics, and I just, as an athlete, the way I've trained and with my coaches is that every single day I show up, I listen to my coach, I execute in small frameworks, if you will. Eventually, I put all the pieces together, and then when you step onto that world stage platform, you have confidence that you're going to execute, because that's what you've been trained to do. And that muscle memory that you build, it just works. And trading to me is the same chart. I've done my training. I continue to watch videos. I continue to take pieces that different mentors online, that I gain from different mentors online. And every day I'm going to get a tiny bit better. And when I sit here at the chart and I put it all together, I'm really not thinking too much. I'm executing. And as long as I stay true to the mechanics of my strategy, over time, the probability will be in my favor that I will be profitable. And that's how I approach trading. So there's no magic. It's just a skill, right? It's a total skill. I don't know him personally, Peter, although when I put a message on his, one of his YouTube channels, I always sign it, Small Town Ontario. Like, he knows who I am because he knows that he grew up where I currently am. He lives in Toronto now. But that's the other cool thing about ScarFace is if you subscribe to his channel, every time he drops a video, so long as you put your question in the YouTube channel, within 1 hour of him dropping the video, he will respond to your question if it's a legitimate. If you've watched the video and you're asking a legitimate question, he'll respond to it. That's his promise. And so I'm subscribed, and I usually don't have too many questions for him now, but I always tell him, congratulations, awesome. Small Town Ontario. Oh, thanks, XMT89. Thanks, I appreciate that. I think we just need to debunk the magic, This is a skill. And over time, we're all going to get this skill, if we just stick to it and keep working at it and put the work in. We're all going to get this skill. Some of us may get it in 6 months. Some of us may get it in 2 years. Some of us, it may take 10 years. Look at the mothers with looking after their toddlers and babies at home. I wish I had the technology when I was in high school to have been a trader, because I think I would have been a trader. Technology has enabled us to develop these communities and learn how to trade together, right? So for that, I'm very, very grateful. But I honestly wish it had been me when I was 17, 18 years old trading, because I love trading. I absolutely love it. Kathy, today? I wasn't going to, but I don't mind. Like, price isn't going anywhere right now, so I'm not doing anything with this. I don't mind. I could open up the stream at 1 o'clock this afternoon because I will be looking for a trade. Peter, the problem with the trading space is that there are lots of fake people. I totally agree. Most likely, if I'd encounter ScarFace channel because of you, I can trust it. The reason I like ScarFace, number one, small town Ontario boy. Number two, take a look at his story about where he came from. He comes from just a really good, hardworking family. He's very humble. I have never seen Scar out with the Lamborghini crowd in Miami. That's not his style. He's very, very humble. He's come from very humble beginnings. Yeah, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Kathy. I'll open up the stream. So here price is going. So let's see. Is it going to go down to the new day opening gaps? Is it finally ready to drop? Probably. The answer is yes, Kathy. I'll open up the stream at 1 o'clock and we'll see if we can find a nice unicorn. Price has come down to this level 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th time it's broken below. If price comes back up here, it's 10:30. It's another breaker. Here's the breaker. High. Low. No, it's almost even. No, forgive me. Disregard that. Low, high, low. If price were to come back into here, see, you know, ICT, the way he teaches bearish breaker is to put your stop loss above the fair value gap or ideally above the breaker. And if I had just done that this morning, I could have weathered all this up and down, and still be in the trade and still be profitable. But again, that's not in my comfort level for risk, even just with 1 mini on my small account. So there we go. We weren't wrong. Let's go. Again, I'm going to draw to your attention. Pay attention to midnight at midnight. Price has been above midnight all night. We want to sell above midnight, buy below midnight. So price is coming down now towards midnight. Something to be aware of. I learned that little trick from Mall Hand Trading. He trades London and Asia, mostly London. Great trader. And that's, he discusses that in some of his videos. And I came across that about a year ago, and it has served me well. So if you were on the live stream first thing early this morning, I had made the observation that midnight at midnight, price had been above midnight for the overnight session, and so we were likely to move down. Price is likely to move down. But that's something you can put on your charts every day and just take a look at and watch and yourself how price moves from above midnight to below midnight. But I've added it to my list of confluences because in most instances it works really nicely. So we've hit the 50% mark of this opening range gap this morning. But this down here makes sense. This is the London low as well. Just going to move to the 5 minute for a second. Let's take a look at the 5 minute break of structure down to the downside. My internet is still, see how it's still slow today? It's still lagging. Got an SMT from here. I don't want to pull up ES because my internet is already having trouble keeping up. But let's take a look at the 5 minute break of structure to the downside. Boy, on the 5 minute it's wicky. Okay, so let's ground ourselves here. That's to the upside. We'll get rid of that. There's our 5 minute candle. See, again, if we'd done ScarFace's strategy here, we would have a beautiful trade to the downside. Okay, so here is our low high. So that's our low. And our high is here. We have an up candle and a down candle. So we take the tallest, and that's our high. It's our most recent high. So on the 5 minute, this is our previous low was down candle, up candle. This was our previous low, so we just broke structure to the downside on the 5 minute. See, that was our previous low, and we just broke this low. So that's our 5-minute breakout structure. And TGR, his strategy that I use is wait for the 5-minute breakout structure, move down to the 1 minute, look for an entry model. But I'm not entering now because I've already taken my 3 trades for the day. But I'd rather see price find its bottom and then wait for this afternoon to see if we can find something a little more fluid. We have another 10 minutes until the next macro. We might see price drive down with that micro. Sorry, macro. So it's good to know that either way, if we'd had put our stop loss above the bearish breaker, you know, our trade idea would have worked out, and there were a couple of opportunities here to go short on ScarFace's strategy, and the trade would have worked out. So overall, you know, we're in sync with the market this morning. Come here. Come here, sweets. Come here. I'll see if my dog wants to come up and say hi while we're waiting for price to drop. I'll turn the microphone off while he's making his way up. Come here, sweets. Okay, come. Up here, up. Yeah. Oh boy. Let's see if we can see you. Come here. What's this? What's this? What's this? There's Pi. I don't know if you can see him really well. He's a Portuguese water dog. He's like my wingman. Hey, he's a bit of kibble. Can you say hi? Hey, can you say hi? Oh, yes. Who's a good fella? Who's a good fella? Yeah. Oh, kibble tastes good. He's that good. Pi is 4 years old. He's a male Portuguese water dog. He's super smart. He's wearing his little jacket this morning. And I'm going to take him out for a good run between sessions. That's a good boy. Up here. What's this? What's this? Hey? Anybody else dog people? Anyone else have a dog? This guy's a great guy. He's my wingman. His name is Pi for math nerd. So he is the mathematical equation for diameter of a circle 3.1415, or passive income for pi, or some of the kids like to think that he's cherry pie or apple pie. Anyway, he's the guy. Let me know. His name is Pi, P-I. Yeah, it's spelled P-I. Oh, you have 3 pups, Kathy? Oh, that's amazing. What kind of dogs do you have? What breed are they? Maybe they're all different. 3 pups. Oh my God, you're busy. XMT, yeah. You love dogs? Yeah, I love dogs too. I love all animals, but here, Pi. There. Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah. You like to be on camera? Hey, you like to be in the video? Featured today? Yes. Yeah, you know what's great about dogs is you can take them for a good run before the market opens. You're outside, you get some fresh air, you clear your head, you come to the market, you know, you're fresh, you've had some exercise, and you spend some time with a dog who's just untrustworthy and happy, right? So Kathy, you've got a rescue retriever husky. Oh, 2 Yorkies. Oh, awesome. What a good group you have. How fortunate for you to have like more than one dog. XMT, I love dogs. I lost mine last fall. Oh, I'm really sorry, XMT. brutal. It took me 7 years before getting this dog. Like it, yeah, it's tough losing your dog. So, oh, my internet is playing games with me. Yeah, Pi is awesome. He just had his fourth, he's just full of beans still at this age. And I live on a trail, like literally right on a trail. I exit my front door. Sorry guys, my internet is going in and out here. Yeah, so we live on a trail. You hike every weekend, Kathy? Yeah, so Pi and I, we hike every day. And we're out like 3 or 4 times. And yeah, so anyway, Pi's kind of awesome. If you go to my playlist, Pi has his own videos. And I'm going to put some more up because he's a pretty smart dog. He loves the snow. He's like a reindeer in the snow. Look at Price here. It's just basically, yeah, so it might just meander down, but I'm glad I didn't get into another trade. Okay, guys, well, that's awesome. Thanks for joining me this morning. It's 10:45. I think I'll just close the stream now. Everybody can get out with their dogs or grab a coffee and have breakfast. I'll come back at 1 o'clock. I'll open up the stream, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And you know what? We'll take a look and see if there's anything interesting this afternoon. And if not, you know what? Tomorrow's Thursday. Thursday can be reversal day. Just see what we can find for the rest of this week. So thanks for joining me, guys. I'll put ScarFace's link to his video in the video, so it'll probably be like another 15 minutes before I post that. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But enjoy maybe exploring some of his videos and seeing the kind of trader that he is. He's definitely influenced me a lot. So all right then, guys, thanks so much. Thanks for indulging me this morning, and glad you guys got to meet Pi. Please like, share, subscribe, because it really, really helps me out. I'm trying to build my skill with my next level, which is to be able to host, live sessions here, be able to talk and watch price and take trades at the same time. And it looks way easier than it is. So thanks for your patience on my blunders and for helping me to my next level of, proficiency, I guess. I appreciate it. So everyone, thanks so much and enjoy the rest of your morning. And I'll see some of you this afternoon if you've got time to come back. Okay, awesome. See you soon.